Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, November 19th at 9:30 a.m. Welcome to the meeting, the monthly meeting of the Shrewsbury Council on Aging Board of Directors. The board adheres to the open meetings law and follows Robert's Rules of Order. These meetings are streamed by the Town of Shrewsbury Cable, Shrewsbury Media Connection, and may be found through the town website. I'm Alex Roman, chairperson of the board, the staff in attendance. Cynthia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, Cynthia Willis, Transportation Coordinator.
Jennifer Andrade, Food Pantry Coordinator.
Aisha Sahin, Assistant Director.
And board members?
Larry Mayone, good morning.
John DeHaze.
Rachel Kleiman-Wexler.
Shingara Diho. Great. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And the agenda has been posted. The first item. What about minutes?
I can get them over to you.
Okay, we'll just do both next month. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Review and act on financial reports, and those were sent to the board members, or we have a printout of the summary table, which really covers the main points.
So Holly sent you the short financials and the long financials about a week ago. I have the short financials up on the screen right now, and then I printed out a summary overview, a more accurate one, for how we keep track of everything, in case there are any questions. But going off of the short financials, in our general fund, we started off with $485,000, and we now have $115,000 left in there. That includes our operating funds, staff salary, and what we need to operate the building. In our formula grant, it shows that we have about $51,000 left in there. That's not true because we get 2 payments a year, so we're going to get another payment sometime next year. So the formula grant, we're getting a total of $138,000, and we only got about half of it so far.
And that's from the state,
Yes.
right? That's what they do every year.
For our gift fund, in our general gift fund, we have about $20,000 in there. In our garden fund, we have $12,630. And then in our WRTA contract, it shows on Munis that we have negative $50,000, but that's not true. So if you look at the printout that I gave, we actually have $7,962 in there. That's how we pay our full-time van drivers, and the WRTA reimburses us and gives us, yes.
The garden, unless my memory, wrong, I thought it was much higher than 12. There was somebody gave a lot of money.
Yes, so somebody recently gave $1,000, and also in the general gift fund, $10,000 will come from that as well to go into the garden fund, as per
I
agreed.
actually thought we were closer to what it was.
I thought we were too, actually.
I thought it was like in the 30s.
Yeah, it should be at about 32, and we need 11,000 more.
So something is not there. And just in the garden, not including the general gift fund. I thought there was something already there from a couple of meetings ago. Maybe we should check into that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
if you could look at that and with Holly and get back to us next meeting.
Absolutely.
With Renee, I think she reported it. I remember it much higher.
And then in our food pantry, it shows that we have about 535, but we were recently, last week, donated $5,000 from Chief Joseph to our food pantry, so that's now at $5,000. In our revolving fund, it shows that we have $5,000 in there. We recently spent about $1,400 on our transportation grant that Cynthia will talk about soon. So we really have about $3,500 in there right now. And that's it for the short financials.
Any other questions? Okay, maybe next meeting, we go through maybe a more detailed summary of, or a more detailed review of the financials, if that would be helpful to the
I do
board.
have the long financials here as well.
If we would like to get it ahead of time, maybe to send.
Holly
we
sent
can
it
actually-
over about a week ago with
Yeah,
the rest
I'm
of the
sorry.
data.
I'm not caught up yet on my mail.
Understandable. Okay,
Sorry.
unless there are any other questions, we
No.
could move on to the Director's Report, Senior Center and COA happenings, My Senior Center and Hoot Board data.
Ooh. All right, let me just share my screen again. Okay, so these are the Hoot Board engagements for the month of October. So you can see certain days we go sky high. Those are just the days that we post usually. So if we post a new program or if we post trips, then more people are gonna look at those. Next for our top.
Excuse me, and
Yeah.
when you say engagements,
Yeah, so,
that means people attending the senior center?
no, looking at the actual app.
Oh, okay,
So then the pink ones will be the ones that they're using on their phone or their home computer. And then the green ones, which you can barely see, but those are,
Okay.
that's the physical hoop board that we have in the center.
okay.
And then our top viewed apps for the month. So we have buttons on our hoop board, and if you click the button, that'll say that you viewed that app. Our top one is special events and programs and scheduled weekly programs, so things that happen every single week. And then also if we have any cancellations, we post those as well. The reason that like our top button is only 51 and then some days we have 550 engagements is because they're looking through the entire thing. They're not specifically clicking on a button. And then our top viewed hoots for the month were upcoming programs, friends events. We had Jeff Belanger on Monday, so that was another special program. We're doing a Bemis Farms Nursery on Monday, so it's just people looking at more information about the programs that we're doing. And then Holly sent over some My Senior Center data. Top left corner is the nutrition. So this is everybody that signed in for things that have to do with nutrition. So we had 164 sign-ins for the food pantry, 32 for the Tuesday dinners, and 18 for the cultural lunch, which that is completely inaccurate. We have so many more people that come to the cultural lunch, so we do need to push people signing in for that more often.
How does she get the data for the sign-in?
When you scan your scan card.
Oh, people can scan in the entry for the cultural lunch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never did. People know to do it?
yeah.
I guess I'm not educated. Okay.
It would be good to have a second sign-in station.
Maybe towards the back.
Okay.
Yeah, or,
The
you
room.
know,
Yeah.
on a cart or something, you could wheel it in, with, you know,
Yeah.
and there's some hot ticket item going on. But, yeah, I don't know what those cost. It's not in this year's budget,
Yeah,
but maybe.
we can see for next year.
Right,
For our programs, this just shows how many people signed in, checked in for each program. So balance and fall prevention continues to be super popular, as does the blood pressure clinic. Men's groups through the roof. And even with Joe Fish being out this month and it being videos only, he's still popular too.
So it surprises Shine is so low. I guess they don't know they need to sign in.
We do tell them when we call before, but I think they get,
They don't do it.
yeah. They just want to get into their
doesn't mean
appointment.
anything to them, maybe.
For in-town and out-of-town, we've had 400 people in town sign in and 93 out-of-town sign in.
Well,
Pretty interesting things. And then when our receptionists log things, so like if they get a phone call or somebody comes up to them just for a question, whatever it's regarding, they'll put in that category. So that's what the receptionist logs is right here. And whenever Renee has a phone call or an office call, she will log that as well, and that's where we get this data. It's low because she went out on leave, so next month or December, it should be higher when she's back.
Great data. Questions, comments?
Just a comment is,
Yeah,
Yes,
Uh,
Gara.
you had like decimals for that. It would be nice to round it up, so then it's a whole number.
I've said that too before.
Yeah. That's-
People don't.
Yeah. I
we're not
know.
decimals.
You can take in whole numbers at a glance.
Yeah,
Decimals
so decimals.
confound people's brains.
all right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Looks nice. July, so there is an increase, which is nice to see the trend
Yeah.
in general.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
It's great. We don't have one that's yearly totals in this, or do we?
We might, yes, this one.
Oh, yeah. You can see we've really jumped upwards. It's partly because of the people scanning their
Scanning.
card in,
Yeah.
but still, it's very good.
How come it's 26 out there?
How come what, Raquel?
FY 26, so basically, okay, so FY, not,
Not calendar year.
yeah,
Yeah, right. We're on a July to June
okay.
fiscal year. Okay. Any other comments, questions?
Looking good.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to outreach, monthly nutrition series. Jennifer Andrade, our
All right.
great food pantry coordinator.
So the first Wednesday of the month, we're hosting a nutrition series. It's a cooking demonstration with some information regarding to how to live a more healthy lifestyle. These we're doing with Tara Hames. She's a registered dietitian nurse with the Mass Councils of Aging. And we've been working together to come up with a recipe to hand out every month that includes items that are available in our pantry. We did cooking for one. The next class coming up is learning how to manage and cook for diabetes. And then it's, they have to register for the class, but it is free. We're capping it at 10, I believe, because we're holding it in the conference room. And then when everyone leaves, they get some items from the pantry to make the recipe at home. So it's been, everyone's really been enjoying it.
What day of the week?
What was the question?
What day of the week?
Oh, it's the first Wednesday of the month. So every month on the first Wednesday
The
at
next one will be
10 o'clock.
December 3rd.
Yeah, December 3rd.
And how well attended have they been?
So the first one, there's only a few, but the second one had, I think, 11 people in it. And,
Okay.
so
What
we'll
time?
see coming up.
What time?
Everyone's really liked it.
Good.
Yeah, it's delicious food she's been making, and Tara's really nice and outgoing, so.
So the next one's December 3rd?
December 3rd.
And it's usually in the newsletter. That information is there.
It's in the
It's
newsletter,
a news-
right?
Yeah, it's in the newsletter. We
In Renee's
posted
outreach.
it. Yep.
Okay. Youth and family, is that covered?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's it's just a new program.
Well, it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Youth and Family Services Thursday outreach update.
So while Renee is out, we do have Rebecca Reno from Shrewsbury Youth and Family Services covering her. She comes in on Thursdays from 10 to 2, and she can help with things like fuel assistance. And honestly, if you come to her with any question, if she doesn't know it, she finds it out. She's amazing, and we're really lucky to have her. She's here for a few more weeks, so if you do need any assistance, just give us a call and we can make an appointment for you.
Okay. Programs. Interage Alliance, Yahoo! Update, Chaperones Multicultural.
Starting with Yahoo, that's our young adults helping out others. We did a fall yard cleanup, and that just finished this last Saturday. Thank you to all the students and to all the chaperones. Thank you, John, for chaperoning. We did have a lot of student participation this past fall, but we didn't have as many chaperones who were interested, so we're hoping for the springtime we get a lot more chaperones so we can do a lot more houses. We ended up doing 2 houses this Saturday. We're hoping to do 4 houses this Saturday in the springtime. As for Interage Alliance, they are right now focusing on gifts for seniors, and once that's finished, they're going to move on to a whole multicultural project. So what we're looking for, so our department goal is to be more inclusive and just enhance everything multicultural. So they're going to put together displays, programs, anything that they can think of to showcase their culture, showcase other cultures. And we're also asking the public if they are interested in showcasing their culture or a culture that they're interested in to contact us, and we can bring out displays, we can do whatever you want. And we're also thinking of doing a little food tasting in the spring, bringing in local businesses to just make everybody more aware of different cultures and being more inclusive. Yeah. Speaking of gifts for seniors, that's still going on until December. I do have this. So we're collecting gifts. We're collecting gifts at when you walk in and you take a left, there's a bin there. You just drop the bin in and we will collect it and we'll bring it all together for the students on December 10th, and they will put bags together for seniors in housing.
Are we getting quite a few gifts to put in the bags?
We did. It was slowing down for a little bit, but now we've been pushing it more on social media, so more people are coming in. But keep them coming, please.
We don't want to say what any of them are. It's supposed to be a surprise for Christmas.
Yeah, it's all going to be, it's going to be nice little bags. All bags are going to be different, obviously. It'll be
Okay.
good.
Wonderful. All right. Does that cover programs?
Yeah.
And Renee is out on medical leave.
Yeah, she should be back December 8th.
Okay, great. All right. Our transportation program, Cynthia.
Yes. For the grant that we got from, the transportation grant that we got from MCOA, we so far, we started in September, and we had 33 trips in September. 23 were done by Yellow Cab, 10 were done by Safeway. And in October, it increased to 59 trips done by Yellow Cab and 5 done by Safeway. So that was a total of 64 in October. So that's for the last 2 months. So far, we spent about $3,000 of the grant. We're starting to reach out to different places in the community to let people know that we have that grant available. And I've emailed a few churches, and we are in the process of going around to local businesses, hospitals in the area, health facilities, letting them know that we have this grant. And the grant basically can be used, it's more like a extended transportation service. It goes beyond what we offer from our WRTA service. So if someone needed to go to a doctor's appointment or to work, a health facility for activity, as long as it's after hours, you know, they're able to use those funds for those trips. But all of the calls are coming in to me because I have to screen them and make sure that the funds are not being used for trips that we can provide on a WRTA van. So the type of trips that we've gotten so far, we've gotten people needing to go visit loved ones at nursing homes. We have a few people that work in the evening, on the weekends, that don't have transportation. We've been, transporting them to work. Any type of activity, we're able to take people if they want to go out in the evening. The service is available. And one of the main reasons that we wanted to go after this grant was we found that everybody doesn't fit into what we do on our regular business hours. A lot more people we know are in need of services. They'll go into like Boston for cancer treatment or to travel to other communities where the WRTA buses don't go. So for instance, we had somebody that needed to go to Marlboro, Lancaster, places that are a few towns away. So that was able to, help the few people that we've helped. But I feel like just in the 2 months that we've been using it, the service is beginning to take off, and I really think that by the springtime, we would probably be near, we should hit those quotas where we're hoping that we won't have to return any of the funds. It is a helpful program, and like I said, we do have some flyers, and I can give you guys some flyers if you know of anybody or a local business that you might think that know of people that need service, that you can pass it along. So that's it with.
So that is a use it or lose it by the end of the fiscal year?
Yes,
It
yes,
is.
by June 30th.
Do you think
Yeah.
we'll use it all by then?
I would
Based on
think
so
so.
far?
I
Looks
would
like
think
it.
so because, we're even willing to take people to church on Sundays, if they reach out. What I tell people when they call, if they can give us, as much notice as possible, but at least, 24 hours notice or 2 days to give me time to process the trips. But yeah,
So what are the restrictions on it?
well,
Time or days?
The
or
restrictions is-
geographical?
if we have somebody that needs more service than what we can offer, like the WRTA service, you either have, if you need help, you have to bring somebody along with you to help you, to take you into the facility. But with this grant, the 3 providers that we're working with is a yellow cab, and that would have to be somebody that's independent, that can move along on their own. And we have Safeway Luxury Transportation, and they're more hands-on, where they can go to your door or come into your house, help you put your coat on, and, and take you out. We do have this one lady in town that's retired, and, she's one of the people that take advantage of the grant because she gets her family to take her to a lot of her appointments, but she has more appointments where her family can't take her to them all. So what she's been doing is privately paying, but with her income, and she's a retiree, you know, her money only stretches so far, so, this grant is helping her to get to more of her appointments, because otherwise, she would run out of her personal funds where she can't get to all her appointments.
So are there restrictions geographically? You mentioned, I think, one goes to Lancaster.
Well, that was one trip that went to Lancaster, one went to Marlboro. We had a lady that's now taking it, her husband's in Care One in Millbury, and she's using that to go visit her husband because the WRTA bus only goes one town away,
Right.
Grafton, Northborough, it goes to Westboro, Worcester, it doesn't go to Auburn. So, there are restrictions where with this grant, during business hours, if somebody was going outside the area, they could use this grant. But if they go into towns that we already transport people to, they would have to use the WRTA van. So it's like you can't compete. You either are able to fit into the WRTA or you fit into that. And that's where I have to screen the people to make sure that we're not duplicating service or we're not taking customers away from services we already have. We want to get the people that, need more than what we could offer.
So how late, this is 7 days a week, we can do this?
Yes, 7 days a week.
And how late or how early?
There's no time restriction, as long as the
Wow.
provider is available to do the trip. Like with Yellow Cab, they do 24/7.
Right.
The other providers, I don't think they do 24/7, but they do late trips, And I know with Your Ride Inc., with them, they have like a regular hour pay scale, but then the evening hours, weekends, it's a little higher, so the pay is a little different.
And all of these or not all of these providers are lift-equipped vehicles, but at least a couple of them are, I presume.
Well, Safeway is, and Your Ride Inc. And also, if there was somebody in a stretcher, Your Ride Inc. will transport people in a stretcher.
Wow.
And then they have this, I'm not sure the word that you call it, but basically they have something where they can put on the stairs. If you have like 3 or 4 stairs, where they can then, if that person's in a wheelchair, they can, scoot up.
A ramp.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. So
okay.
but you have to tell them when you set up the trip, that you're gonna need that so that they come prepared with that equipment.
That'd be a-
Cynthia, do you do the screening or do they do the screening for these types?
No, all of the trips come in to my office, and in finding out what the customer needs are, then I make the determination what provider I should set them up with.
And did you say that someone had called to go into Boston, so?
Well, I know I've gotten calls, and Renee, the outreach worker, have gotten calls in the past where people were in need of traveling into Boston for cancer treatments or hospital visits to see a specialist. But at the time, we didn't have it available, and that was one of the reasons why we went after this grant, because everybody doesn't fit into that same box, Everybody's needs are different. And we're hoping that we can reach some of those people, that have those extended needs, that we're able to help them with these funds.
So I presume you have data on where the trips are going, so we can see at some point, probably quarterly, I would think, which trips are going outside of Shrewsbury and which are going outside the contiguous towns, say into Boston or so on.
Yeah, I mean, that's we're early into this,
Sure.
where we just did it, September, October, and we're now in November. So that is data that I can put together, you know.
And how far in advance can they book?
I would say 48 hours, you know, but need be, you know, I tell people, as soon as you know, call us, you know, to guarantee yourself a ride. But, you know, no later than 24 business hours.
But
You
how
know-
far out? Could they book a week in advance?
Yes.
2 weeks, 3?
Yes. And another thing they can do is they can set up what's called a standard order trip. If you're going somewhere on a regular basis, the same place, same time, like say if you're going Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 to 12, I can put you on what's called a standard order so that you don't have to call each and every time you take the trip.
Wow,
Yeah,
It's a great service.
yeah.
it is.
And all three providers were able to set that up with.
And, yeah, what database do you use to track all this?
What
To
database?
schedule? I mean, are you
Um,
scheduling on paper?
Well,
Excel?
I have the option, well, with Yellow Cab, I can call it in, or I could email it in, or I could fax it in. I have those three options. With Safeway, I fax it in, because that's how they like it. They like it to be faxed in. Okay, and then with Your Ride Inc., I have the option to email it in. They have a system that I can go on, some kind of portal system that I haven't used it yet, but it's available. Or I could do it on paper, and I can fax it over to them.
Okay, great,
Mm-hmm.
thanks. I know you keep up with a lot.
Yeah, data's very important.
Right. Okay,
I have a
that's,
quick question.
yes.
So I'm just thinking, you're taking somebody, let's say, to an appointment, you bring them to that location, what happens with the ride back home? How do they coordinate that? Because you never know the anticipated time you might be stuck in a service, so how do you get to
Well, what I've always told people when setting up a ride, always give yourself more time than you need. One of the questions that I ask people when they do go to any appointment
Yeah.
is, have you been to that doctor before?
Yeah.
I mean, does that doctor run on time? And most people, if you've been to your doctor before, you know if they run on time. I said, even if you have to be there a little longer, because you want to guarantee yourself a ride home. But, I mean, sometimes at the doctor's office, things come up, you know. So if you know that you're not going to be ready, then you need to call, let us know so that we can let the provider know. And that's with any transportation, you know, because, you know, we're in the business of getting you there and bringing you back, you know. But that communication piece, you know, between the rider and, you know, myself or whoever they set the trip up with, it's very important because you want to make sure that you got a ride home. And I always tell people, we're not in the business of leaving you stranded. It's just communicate.
So who takes those calls when you're not at work?
When I'm not in,
Like evenings, weekends?
well, those trips have to be set up during regular business hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they have a reason to need to change their return trip, what do?
Well, far as when they set up a trip with me, I always give them the provider's phone number.
Okay.
Okay, because if something comes up and we're closed on the weekend and we close half a day on Friday, they need to be able to, you know, deal directly with whoever's providing that trip.
Okay, and that's working okay so
Yeah.
far?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Shangar?
Your TA only runs to a certain time period, right?
Yes.
So then later in that evening, they can use these 3 providers for a trip, even if it's next town, like Worcester or Northborough after hours?
Yeah, after hours, yep. The service is available to any Shrewsbury resident that is a senior citizen or disabled.
Okay.
Great service.
Yeah.
Are we confident the grant will
We review.
We'll have a grant next year too?
Well, with most grants, as you know, you have to reapply. There's no guarantee, you know. We've had grants like this in the past, especially the first time that I remember it coming up was during COVID. We had a grant where we were able to, you know, offer more. And you just gotta, you know, you gotta kind of look around and see who's offering what. And, you know, if you think you fit the criteria for that grant, you take a chance and you apply for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Great job.
I agree. Van COA 19, I don't know what the 19 is, $15,000 allocation to be reallocated to 4 service areas.
Okay, with that 15,000, we found out from Mass DOT that the van that we have, which is the COA 19 van, that van was purchased with state funds, not federal funds. And because it was purchased with state funds, that 15,000 that we had allocated for that vehicle so that we could take full ownership next year, we don't have to give them the 15,000. So that 15,000 will be reallocated to be used within the senior center.
So,
That's
Nice,
good.
nice.
Yeah.
we don't need the 15,000 to pay for the vehicle, they're just gonna give it to us?
Yes.
Well, that's nice.
Had we used federal funds, they have a different rule.
Right.
Okay?
Oh, I
We would have had to come up with that 15,000. But we didn't know, but, you know, we found out after, we had this 15,000 allocated for it. So now we can use that to do things within the senior center.
Great.
So, on the same topic, we will have another van that can go out of state starting next year?
Yes,
January
Holly looked into it. We originally thought it was gonna be January, but they told us it's gonna be in June.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that'll help us,
Yeah.
with the special trips that we put on, because, the 8-passenger vehicle we have, the town fully owns it, meaning that they have the title to it. And with that van, we can use it out of Massachusetts. But right now, with the 14-passenger vehicle we have, we don't have the title. We've been told by the state that we cannot take it out of Massachusetts. So it's been kind of holding us back as far as what places we can go. Which that limits it for the customer, because, you know, we have customers that want to go outside Massachusetts, just right over the border. You know, we're talking like New Hampshire or Providence, you know, like these next door communities.
Okay. Any other questions on transportation? Great. Thank
Okay.
you, Cynthia.
All right.
Back to the nutrition and the food pantry update. Jennifer,
Alrighty. So the Shrewsbury Senior Center Food Pantry caters to Shrewsbury residents 60 and older. When they sign up, they get to have a standing appointment to come and shop the pantry every other week. Right now, we have 151 households signed up, which is more than double. This time last year, we had 68. The pantry is running mostly by donations and some support from the Council on Aging. We've had since last March our partnership with Wegmans. We get weekly donations from them, getting about over 1,000 pounds of food a month from them. It's consisting of fruits, vegetables, some prepared meals, bakery items, bread. The bread has come quite popular at the senior center. I get so much. We've been putting a table out on Mondays, and people are enjoying that, looking for that. Let's see, right now we have 11 volunteers. I have 3 that help me on Monday, put away the donations we get, and then 4 Tuesdays and Wednesdays to help with the appointments throughout the day. We also get a weekly delivery from Boston Area Gleaners. This is a membership the COA bought for the summer. Every week we get 12 different types of seasonal vegetables and fruits are in, and it's a good amount. It's about 500 pounds of fruit and vegetables every week. So we've been handing that out. Anything that we don't think will turn over quick enough, we've been bringing over to the housing, the towers, and they've been sharing that in their community room. For outreach for the food pantry right now, I'm really starting to promote Meals on Wheels with the bad weather coming and stuff like that. And let's see, what else? Right now for food drives and community outreach, the middle schools are doing a food drive for us, and I've been in talks right now with the recreation department to do a food drive with their basketball team in the winter. Last year that was a really good food drive. It brought in over 600 items, so I'm looking forward to that. We also get weekly donations from Panera. That's bread, some pastries, bagels. And then we're really excited, we just got that 5,000 donation from Chief Joseph for the food pantry. I plan on using this to have more regular product in the pantry every week, so I'm thinking to get some more like cheese, some low-fat yogurt, some frozen vegetables, some, healthy food that's easy to prepare. And
Toilet paper.
yeah, and some more necessities like toilet paper, some paper towels, hand soap, stuff like that people ask a lot for. So it's good. Any questions?
It's very nice.
Great program, big need.
Yeah, it's growing quite quickly.
I have said before, Taunton and that area have a warehouse because of the demand, and I saw that, or heard that Salem just got a warehouse too.
No,
So,
yeah,
knows where we'll be in a few years or soon.
hopefully we won't
Should
be
be
a
in-
warehouse. But food
Yeah.
security is definitely a national problem.
Right. Well, thanks so much for all you do. It's important work. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, moving on. Tuesday night dinner and Indian cuisine luncheon update.
The Tuesday night dinners we do every Tuesday, $5, and the Indian cuisine luncheon.
$3.
They charge $3? $3. They're still going strong. For Tuesdays, some days are more popular than others. Like next Tuesday, we're doing a turkey dinner that's pretty much sold out. This last Tuesday, we only had about 10 people come. So it varies how many people come, but we're going to continue to do it. We love doing it. For the Indian cuisine, do you have anything to add? Because I know you're there every week.
No, I think it's going to continue.
Yeah.
Just varies. There's regular people that come,
Yeah.
like 15, 16 or so, and then depends on how many people sign up.
Yeah.
You ask your friends to sign up.
Mm-hmm.
So you get like 20 to 25 people
Yeah.
on a regular weekend basis. And they're not all Indians, and they're all
Which is great.
Americans too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come, they like it, so.
I come.
But
I've
yeah,
been
and then
once.
they
The
tell
food was
their
wonderful.
friends, so it's word of mouth. sponsors.
It's a great program.
Yeah,
It's really good that it's offered vegetarian,
Yes.
so
Right.
that's a great deal, you know.
Oh, one thing we're gonna start doing for Tuesday dinner, we got away from doing one vegetarian a month at least, but moving forward, we're gonna make sure there's at least one vegetarian dinner for Tuesday dinners every month.
It's pretty nice.
So a vegetarian entree
Yeah.
every week.
Yeah.
Great. All right. New business, old business?
December 10, I'm not here.
Next board meeting is Wednesday, the 10th. And before we adjourn, I just want to say with Thanksgiving coming, I know we're all so thankful for the work of the managers, the staff, the leadership of the senior center, and then all the volunteers. We absolutely could not do it without them. And then the support from the other town departments has been terrific. It would take me a while to name all the support we get from the other departments, but it's great. And thank you to the board members for the time you put in. It's terrific. And thanks for holding down the fort when Holly was out on leave. So look
Holly will
forward-
be here next meeting,
Great.
virtually.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Second?
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you
See
very
you.
much.